Hey there, guys. Welcome to a NA coaching session, Diamond 4, for a Maokai. That was a tier 3 sub back in February. And now we're doing a coaching session for them in terms of a little backlog we got going on here. But it's Maokai TF versus a Sivir Nami on the current patch, which is 14.5, I want to say. I'm out of it, so... I'm mentally tapped out of it right now, so but I think that's right. Starting out with a level 1 invade. I think level 1 invade is fine with Maokai. Twisted advance can be pretty strong in catching out one person. And then you've also got your TF that has stun cards. So you got a bit of lockdown there, level 1. Haven't taken ability here yet when invading, which is fine. Found the Rengar. Okay, you need to recall quicker than that though. Yeah, so alright, I'm gonna be, because this is a Diamond 4 session, this is like the top like 2 to 3% of players in League rate on the server. I'm gonna be nitpicking more than usual, just because of like every little thing matters. Like that's a Tesco quote, but like as soon as that person dies there, you just stop and just recall straight away. You just need to get back down to bot lane as quickly as possible because of this wave. You just need to instantly press B. Otherwise you're just going to be too late going back for this bot lane wave. You might even miss out on XP. Because this wave's going to be crashing in. There's a chance you might lose out on XP here. So that minion... Or you... That's pretty lucky. TF might have missed out on XP there. Yeah, I think TF did. You just about didn't, but that was really, really close. I think you could have easily lost XP there. Alright, so this is a bit of a weird matchup. So you started with E, which is okay. I'm going to be completely honest. I think I've only seen TF AD carry like twice. I'm not fully sure of his power spikes, but I know his late game's disgusting. You got a good amount of single target lockdown. So in my head, it'd be like, just try and lock down one of them when Nunu comes down. You got your Twisted Advance, and then you got TF Stun card to play around with. Honestly, just be waiting for his Nunu to come down and playing with that. That's what I would be doing. You don't have to go too crazy. Yeah, Nunu's already looking to make a play. Twisted Advance. I'd probably look on to going on to Nami here if possible. Just purely because the spell shield can be a pain in the ass. I don't know, there's something about the engage I just didn't like. You got the E in the brush. I think like they don't know, right? Like as soon as Sivir's like bouncing backwards and forwards here, I don't think they know about this. From the way that you're reading the body postures here, they don't know that Nunu's here. I think you can wait like an extra second here or two. And then if you have to flash, then you flash. Prioritizing probably the Nami more, just because the Sivir has cleanse. She doesn't have spell shield right now because she's already been using her Q and her W. But just because the Nami hasn't got cleanse, would be make it a bit easier to actually get a kill down here. Yeah, instant flash, Twisted Advance here. Does open up to Sivir landing the car. Twisted Fate landing the car. He doesn't have summoners. Fast auto hit gets it. Yeah, I just think you just went in a little bit too quickly. But yeah, you'll be basically playing for that like most of the game. Just waiting for the jungle to come down and then snapping on. Maybe once you build a big enough lead, then you can probably start initiating more. Making sure the Nami doesn't freeze is fine. But yeah, it's ending into a little bit of an interesting spot here. Just don't get caught, reset quickly here. Yeah. Okay. Okay, you're roaming into mid. Okay. Right, let's have a look at the roaming situation. Like, you're coming down, you've reset, you're playing a roaming support, you're playing for grubs. The only thing I think of that you're playing for grubs here, because actually making a gank on any of these lanes here is nearly impossible. They're all pushed in. Like, you're not going to be able to gank Cat. You're not going to be able to gank Olaf. They're both pushed in on the turret. The only reason why you'd be up here is for grubs. Your Rengar is still kind of bot side. So your Nunu is your jungler, isn't he? Nunu's still bot side anyway. He will probably be pathing up though for grubs. The timing just feels a little bit early. It's like you're not going to be able to get anything down here, so you'll be waiting for like a counter gank. I mean, I guess you survived Nefari's life there, which is kind of weird that that even happened in the first place. But yeah, I don't know. From my perspective, it just feels like doing that roam made no sense on the map anyway, because the cat was already pushed in, the ONF was already pushed in. Okay, yes, on hindsight, you saved the Nefari down to cat, but like on terms of like map reading there, I don't think that was a good roam. Just seeing both the lanes pushed in like that. Unless you were specifically making for Grub's play, which you weren't, so I don't know. It just seems like you just... I didn't like it much. One thing I want to see you do here more, if possible, is... Okay, so one thing I was watching you do, seeing if you're doing it, but you're not doing it, is just playing out of vision more. And just make it into the enemy's mind, like, that you're roaming more. Like, you don't need to show yourself in lane here at all. Like here... Like, here is good, right? The enemy can't really see you, and like, oh my god, is Maokai roaming? And all this kind of stuff, right? But as soon as you show yourself in lane, they know that you're not roaming, right? Now they know you're not roaming. But you're not really getting anything for being in this position. If I were you, just like stand here. Stand here longer or utilize brushes just to hide, just to make it seem like you might be roaming and keep the enemy on their toes whether or not you're moving around or not. I don't like that. I don't think there's any reason to do that. That's quite a big way for you to look into tank. And you don't exactly have a jungle help here, like where your jungler is on the opposite side of the map. And just taking a bunch of free damage here, I just think it's completely pointless. Like, are you trying to freeze the lane then? But the wave is really, really far away. Like, this trade here is also really bad. Once again, you could probably just stand that vision, and this is going to happen a lot. Like, as we said at the start, like if you want to play down here, you are just primarily going to be waiting until Nunu comes down, unless you're getting like pretty far ahead, because it's just pretty difficult to gank these guys. And secondly, it's like the Civ, which I didn't mention at the start, but the Civ is just going to auto push in the lane. Like, by the time you look for an engage, you're not going to really have any minions left on your side, and you're going to be taking lots of minion damage as well on top of that. So you're basically solely waiting for Nunu. Just try not to take too much damage while you're waiting for that to happen. Either that or you're roaming. That's like literally the only two options that you've got. So, yeah. And people in the chat, hope you guys are doing alright. I can't really answer your questions right now. I'm just doing a coaching session. But if you've got any questions after the session, I'll be more than happy to help. So you're identifying roam to mid. It's fine. Okay, let's watch this one back. They've already got a better position on you. And you're already like really low on mana as well going into this. The one thing you kind of need to just look at is like, you've only got a mana for like really two abilities, right? Your W and maybe your Q. That's interesting. I can't click on you while you're twisted advancing. I think you have mana for Q still, right? You need to keep an eye on what you need to interrupt. And the only thing that you really need to interrupt here is Cat ulti. She's 6. So you want to try and save your Q for that. That's the only way that we're going to be able to interrupt this. If she gets her ulti off, then you guys are finished. I think that's what happens here, isn't it? It's a good Nami bubble. She's going to get to clean up quite a bit there. Can be one of the downsides to roaming. Can end up being a bit more int. Alright. Let's see where you go. There's no grubs to do. Bot side is going to be the focus for the next couple of minutes. Yeah, I like this. Work with your TF though. No, this is now out of whack. Yeah. Okay, so I think I don't know, was TF expecting you to come into lane here? I was almost expecting you to just come down with the TF and just play it through there. Maybe just get the Sivir to pop a ulti and then that'd be it. I think just going through here is maybe a little bit too much of an adventure. But you can tell right away when you're here, this TF isn't playing up because there's no wave. This is the problem with the matchup. There's just no wave. So now TF, if he wants to keep playing through this, he's going to have to walk through his minions. Sivir's going to get out anyway, because she can just pop her ulti. She can keep out of range of the TF. And then he's just, the TF is then just tanking minions. Yeah. It's kind of awkward. Like, cat's not the easiest lane to roam into in gank either. It's quite difficult to kill a good cat. So once again, you're just kind of just playing for the Nunu. Yeah, because you're not going to be able to engage in here right now. There's a little bit of a farm off. But I think, like, in the long time, it pays off for you. Like, if this literally were to stay stale after you guys had already got the kill with the Nunu gank earlier, I think it ends up being good for you. Like, TF is, like, pretty good late. This is sneaky. I mean, there's definitely a risk factor in terms of what you're doing there. I've done a couple of these kind of ganks before. So yeah, there's definitely the risk factor in terms of, like, if their jungler's coming down, then this could end up really, really badly. But it's just the combo, the really nice combo with Twisted Fate ulti plus Nefari teleport. Some pretty nice communication that I wouldn't even expect in Diamond 4, to be honest. I think you played that's pretty good. I don't know if you knew if they... Did you even check to see if there was wards here? Yeah, you did. Okay, so this is all like premeditated. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like it. It's quite creative and good. This could have ended really, really badly though. Like, if they did check this brush, like Nami decided to put a ward in this brush, or Sivir did. If they put the ward in that brush, this could have been a little bit of a different story. You would have flash up, so I guess you'd flash away. So that would suck that you'd have your flash. Though there definitely was a risk element to this, where it's like, if they just checked less brush, then this would have been bad for you. But they luckily didn't. So, I think it's okay to take risks like this when you're behind, like a 5 to 8. I feel like, although you have TF, I don't think, like, you know, your late game's super duper amazing. I don't think the Fire is that great late. Urgot can be okay late if he gets ahead early. Yeah, I feel like this is like an okay risk take. I'd say, like, if this was the other way around, if you were 8 to 5, I wouldn't do this, because you wouldn't need to risk your lead at all. But I think by doing this is fine. I think this is overall like a good move. A good attempt. But do know, if you were caught out here, you would have to flash away or something to get out of this. Definitely the right choice on Nami there as well, because of the spell shield on the cleanse and Sivir. Good job for leaving the kill as well. That's pretty good overall. Definitely the best thing you've done all game. Yeah, should be a free dragon from that. You're going to want to reset soon though, you're running out of mana. Maybe get level 6 first if you can quickly and then reset. Yeah, nice. Pushing this and then recall. I don't think you're fishing for too much, because you're delaying your recall time now. Okay. It's nice that you got, like, the cleanse and the flash of the Sivir, but I'm, like, looking at your mana the whole time. Like, you don't, like, Rengar is just, like, recalled, Cat's recalled here, right? If Rengar actually just pathed down bot side here, Rengar would be here right now, right? And you don't know that, where the hell Rengar is. If Rengar was still coming down, he would be right about here now. If Rengar was here, you'd be dead. Maybe TF would die too, because he's like overextending past the turret now, okay? So, I think this was completely unnecessary, and just for nothing, really. For the exchange of Sivir's flashes for your summoners, it's like whatever. I think it's just way too much unknown factor for you to do that. I think that was just really, really greedy for no reason. I think you should just look for the reset as quickly as possible. Get the mana in, and try to make something happen on the map, maybe at the scrubs or something, because now you're going to be late to grubs. Nami's up there already. Now you can't play for grubs. There's no... Like, after they've died here, After you've already lost Nunu here, there's literally no reason to be pathing towards mid. You're not going to get grubs. This is like over now. The only thing you can really do now is put pressure onto, like, go back to bot side and put pressure onto this turret if possible and try and get some more plates. Or put pressure mid and try and get some plates there. Like, those are like your only two options. Let's see what you do. Like, there's no reason to go. This is gone. There's no point like phase checking any of this. There's no way you're getting any of these grubs, right? This is not done. Like, it's just done. Like, you don't need to use your oracle, so you know the grubs are being done. You don't need to fight here at all, I don't think, either. Grubs killed you. It's gonna go down. Cat's gonna. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna say you lost. Yeah. So, I'm gonna say you fucked up big time. Like, that you should have known better than that. You have just cost your team a massive amount of gold there from that. Like, you gotta know when to concede objectives, right? Your jungler's dead. Just respawn. There's no point fighting over a dragon or grubs. You're not gonna win. You're already a man down. You're behind in gold. It's not, if you had like maybe your mid laner was like 6-0 or something at this point, you could maybe try for something just because you got someone ridiculously fed and you can still use that as a bargaining chip, right, to scare them off the objective. But you're behind. So you're man down and you're behind in resources and gold. Honestly, just wasting your time here. And not only this, right? Not only are you forcing a bad fight here, what's Sivir doing? She's just free farming. And she's going to get, I bet she'll probably get like what? 2 plates? She'll push in this wave, she'll get like 1 plate and then push in the next wave and get another plate. I'm surprised no one's pinging you off from doing this, by the way. Like, top shoved in, you got no top lane prio. Mid's been engaged on, you got a little bit mid prio because of where the minions are, but like, the cat's now fighting in the Nefari. Like, honestly, the only thing that you could maybe do when coming into this position here, when you're coming into lane here, is like, okay, you can't just touch grubs. Maybe look for plates. You got like minions coming into mid turret here, with TF coming in with you. You know, get a plate or 2 guaranteed, and just maybe start making the TF go bot side, because you're not going to get anything from this. There you go in. It's a really bad fight. I think what TF got 2 kills. Ends up being 2 for 2, but you lose the grubs. But the big one is Sivir's free farming. Luckily Nunu's answering that, because that would have been more plates there. So yeah. I'm not... What are you doing? What? Wait, what? Okay. Right, so you've respawned, you come zooming back into mid. I don't know why you're zooming back into mid. Because there's nothing to roam to, if that makes sense. It's like there's no one here to roam for, right? Yeah, this cat is really, really greedy on the tower dive. That shouldn't have worked, honestly. Honestly, you should have been put down to like 50% HP, and then you would have been forced to recall or go back to the bot lane on 50% HP. It's just the cat has been stupid. Like, I don't want... The thing is, this is like... This happens in a few games where you do something stupid, but you get rewarded for it. This is like literally one of those situations. There's literally no reason for you to be mid. There's literally no reason for the cat to tower dive you like that. Anyway. Okay, so Rengar's coming down. It's all going to be about... Could you not have done more there? I feel like... Could you have not tried more? So here you know the Rengar's coming down, and then you know it's switched to TF. Why would you not stand nearer the TF? There's a butt ton of damage there though. TF didn't even get his card off. I do wonder though, could you not just like stand near him and then just like cue him away? I don't know. I feel like you should have made some sort of effort there to protect him. Like, at least try to. I don't know if it would have worked. Maybe it would have caused you to die as well, but I don't know. Like... To me, that just seemed really odd. And now you kind of bot lane by yourself. I think just leech XP at this point. Can you freeze the wave? Okay, cool. Yeah, so why did TF go mid? Because of the fight. Okay. I think after that TP you see he's not coming down anymore. Okay, I'm just trying to like imagine you in your situation and like trying to think like what I would have done. So yeah, I think in your mind here you're like freezing the wave, waiting for TF to come down. But then he goes towards mid and then you're like, oh okay. Right. I'm tanking these minions for like no reason now. So I want to kind of see what you do with the wave. I don't think you should fully clear it though. I don't know. Ooh, that's unlucky, I think. Wait, the sapling didn't... I think ulti's a little unlucky, but it should get the Nami off though, right? Okay, I think I think the Twisted Advance did a lot there to mitigate the damage. I think the angling on the ulti could have been slightly more to the left, just purely because it's like there's no way for this Nami to run from anyway. She can't really enter up into this area here. But it's like whatever. It's like a minor, very, very, very minor. Didn't you dodge something here with the Twisted Advance? No. I thought you dodged the Bowler Strike there with the Twisted Advance. Level up helps there, make you survive. Okay, cool. So if I'm like super conflicted, like you're playing quite uniquely more than me, I would say. But I feel like the amount of things that you're getting done on the map is like near zero. Like it's definitely been in a negative right now on the roaming, which can totally happen when you're playing a roaming support. Sometimes it can just completely fall apart. I think we've all had those games where it's just like you feel like everywhere you're roaming you're inting to. Like here as well, it's really strange. This looks more and more promising though. I don't understand how this is working. Like this is going all against like all kind of laws right now. Okay, so here's my issue, right? It's like Nefari is just Giga overextended anyway here, right? On the map. Giga overextended. You're now looking to try and maybe take some objectives. I like the deep warding. But at this point here, you know the Rengar is here. And you know you're Giga deep without your jungler. And the fact that they can collapse on you. Yeah, my brain, I don't know if I'm just too tired. I'm just too, like, wondering why the decision making there. To go for that, and it ends up being, like, working out okay. What's the stats? Okay, so their Silver is 0-3, Nami 0-4. Like, Rengar is 7-4. To me, it's crazy. With backup still, potentially from their bot lane. With Olaf in a position to also potentially just rotate straight down here. Like, if the Olaf was, like, all the way up here, then I could kind of maybe understand going for an invade like that. But the Olaf has easy access at this point, going down into his own jungle to help protect the Rengar. To me, that just seems crazy, that invade. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but... Especially if you don't have more wards, but yeah. Like, I'm sure, like, if you had wards here, you would have had deeper vision. I think overall you've been doing good deep vision. Good pick off here. Just focus on the same target at this point. Just don't let it get away. Okay. I mean, yeah, you should be hunting down this cat. Ooh, this could be nice. Okay, that's really nice. So you got the teleport off the cat too. Very, very, very strange mid game. One thing I'm going to complain about is that you don't recall enough. Okay, like we've already established when you're down bot side here, you didn't have any wards. I think as soon as you kill that cat, like you're not in a position to carry on like doing stuff on the map. Just go back and get your wards and get some items. Because now, like, you're going to keep making deep plays now, I bet, for the next couple of minutes, and you're not going to have wards to replenish vision in the deep areas. Like, there should be a ward around here to see rotations. But there's no reason for you to be here right now, and there's no reason for TF to be that deep. And this is the kind of thing I was expecting earlier in lane. Like, Rengar doing the exact same kind of thing. Popping ulti, going straight for TF. But this time you help him out, last time you didn't. Curious to know why. Like, here you actually help. And TF survives. Really good TP collapse there from the Fari. How did you guys lose this game now, though? You guys are, like, literally just getting pick after pick after pick after pick. Yeah, it's just the cockiness, isn't it? I think the cockiness is going to kill you guys, because it's just like you guys have been so arrogant on the map the whole entire game. It's paid off, but I bet that's what kills you guys, right? Like, you had to take some risks earlier on because like you were behind. Apart from that grub play was terrible. But like, you guys are ahead. You don't need to go super far overextended. You got ulti? No, that's unlucky. Maokai nuts kicking in. Yeah, you don't have to do a lot here. That's just a bunch of free kills for your team. Like, you didn't have to do anything there at all, which is quite nice. So yeah, my only concern from you is just like get deep vision in. That is crazy. That is fucking mental. Why are you Maokai ulting? The Fire just senders it anyway. You can't use your ulti like that though. But you probably understand that too. Like, there's no reason for you to do that. There's no way you chase that with the Maokai ulti. Especially with how like Maokai ulti's on such a massive cooldown now these days, with how it's been nerfed. That's a massive ult cooldown now. The Safari is just going crazy. Which shield is this? Diamond 4. What are you doing? But why are we pathing across like this? Like, the respawn time is like 9 minutes killing their inhib. Their respawn time is like 20 seconds. Why are we pathing like this? Why are we throwing random E's? Why are we going this way? Just get out of their base. You got what you wanted. Like, okay, you killed the Rengar, but like, I don't understand why we're doing these moves. Like, it's not worth it. Like, you getting money is not really worth it. Whoever killed you? Who killed you? Sivir killed you. So 450 gold for Sivir. That's worth it for Sivir, obviously. Like, vision is kind of like completely fucked right now because you don't recall enough and you can just stay on the map way too long. Like, this is the actual vision. Okay, you got a ward at their inhib. And then that's your ward here from the pushing in. But there's like nothing in terms of anything anywhere. There's a dragon spawning soon. There's a baron up. The only vision we have is here is because there's a champion here. So you need to... I think you need to pay more attention to that. Okay, your peeling's good. No complaints there. And the reactions. Alright, you reset here. I want to see you reset. Okay, it's kind of slow. Like the resets, when you do reset, I'll keep it quite slow. So you actually had two options here. So I'm lying. Because Dragon's up, you could just go straight from here down to Baron, to Dragon, Baron to Dragon, because they're still respawning. You'd make it there in time before them, and obviously Nuna kills the Dragon pretty quickly with TF. You could, you had two options. You have to instantly recall here, or you go straight down to the bot side to get the Dragon. This recall's kind of late. I would like to just recall straight away after doing the Baron. Because now you have the option here now. So, if you do Baron to Dragon, right, then you have to reset after that, so it's slower. If you do Baron, reset, then go do Dragon, and then you can like push into bot. You can do like it in one swoop, rather than Baron, Dragon, reset, then coming back all the way back out, right back out again. You're probably going to push mid in again. So ideally that's the ideal pathing. So Baron, reset, Dragon, and then push out. Okay, you got your ulti. Okay, I think I like what you're doing here. Alright, so I'm gonna compliment you here. Okay, this looks stupid to most people. I think 90% of people watching this will be like, why the hell is he ulting one person again? But, right, so I think it's okay because you've got two fed people in the enemy team. It's literally the Rengar and the cat. If you can isolate one of them away from your team, I think you're fine. So with the TF ulti, you can see exactly where the cat is. So you're isolating her off here. You're flashing for her, which I think is a little much. I think you don't need to do that in terms of flashing. Okay, now you're too deep. You like look where you are. Where the fuck are you going? You're in Narnia right now. You're by yourself. You need to identify that too. I've noticed that a couple times. You just by yourself way too much in some of these fights. Like here, you're with. Okay, now you're not. Okay, I know Nefari's over this wall like this, but there's no play for you to make. You've already used your flash. They've already flashed away. They popped Sivir ulti as well, I think. You're not catching. Just turn around. Reverse. U-turn. Either put a bit of pressure into this tower or go back into the Dragon. Or set up vision. Like get some like okay vision set up. That's the ward, but yeah, that's going to go straight away. Taking a bunch of free damage for no reason. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I think the initial thing here was fine. I liked what the initial idea here was absolutely fine. But you just don't know when to like stop pursuing. Like everything was fine until then. Like I totally like get the idea of isolating away one of their assassins so this cat can't go into the team and start getting resets. I'm 100% for that, right? Flashing for it though, I don't think you need to. I don't see the point. I don't know why we're flashing. And then the constant chase here is just really, really bad. Like, there's no one around you. There's no reason to go straight to 50% HP here either. There's just no reason for that. Right? There's no reason to take that amount of damage for free. I like if you auto okay, I didn't see this, but if you auto hit this turret, you're trolling. Okay, you're trolling. You're absolutely trolling. Why are you auto hitting the turret? Like, did you? Alright. Sorry, like this is probably one of my more harsh ones, but I have to speak like this because it's like top 3%. Okay. There is no reason for you to hit this turret. Look at the minion health. That one dies in one hit. That one dies in one hit. That one dies in 2 hits. Right. By the time you get to the turret, you've already lost these 2 minions here, which means you got 2. You doing 50 damage to this turret is not worth it. Okay. Do not walk up with 50% HP to do 50 damage to a turret when you know they're already here, about to be here to defend this. Okay. It's just you just hang back and play defense. Okay. Let's see how much damage you do to this turret. You didn't even hit it. Yeah, you die. You give away a couple of kills. So yeah, that's rough. Are you gonna get the dragon at least? Oof, there's 3 kills for Cat. Olaf split pushing. Olaf is also split pushing. It's kind of turned into a mess now. Alright. Can't really crowd control Olaf. He has ulti. Alright, let's see what you do. Okay, I've noticed this a couple of times with the saplings. I'm not a fan of your sapling placements. Like, I know at this stage they're not really doing a massive amount. You're only living at one point. They're nothing crazy, but like try and still put them in brushes if you can. Like that one's not doing anything. I think it even dies to the KFC. But yeah, that's not doing a whole lot. And yeah, you can't do anything to the Olaf, which just kind of sucks. You just have to stand there and kind of watch. But one thing I will say though, let's just watch that again. Do you have W? Use W on the Rengar. Okay, that makes sense. Use the Q on the Olaf, I guess just for memes. Okay. Yeah, there's just nothing you can do about Olaf in that situation. So where's the tempo here? Why we... You don't need to do that. You got wards, right? You got... Right, okay, I don't know... Okay, you're wasting too much time doing this. Your first job here, after getting a couple of kills, is just get vision up. Let's do blue vision. This is your vision right now. This is literally your vision right now, and you got 3 wards on you. You need to prioritize getting those wards back down on the map. You're wasting too much time killing a chicken, okay? This is taking too long, and the urgency is just to get vision down on the map, okay? You just killed 3, time to get vision down. Should be relatively safe in doing so. But you're losing a lot of tempo doing this. See where you're putting what? Like, there's no reason to be pushing down mid right now. Like, you've already taken down the inhib. You're gonna have to try and find a way to rotate to top if possible. But you're a player down. Like, by the time the Fire gets here, Olaf is gonna be respawning. What are we doing here? Okay, you put a ward in the middle of the base. But it's like, it's nothing to... Okay, I'm like really frustrated by watching this. Because it's like that, you've already got the inhib, right? You've already, like, coming down mid here gets you nothing. You're not going to be able to end from this. They're all respawned, right? And look at the Nefari's not here, and Nunu's not here. If we look at the stats again, Nefari is like super strong. You're missing out on one of those players there. You've also got your TF. Your TF is pretty strong, okay? Right? But no one's protecting this TF from assassins, right? That TF nearly got jumped on by Cat. Okay, now you finally realized, I think, and then you come back into it. But also, there's no objective that we're getting here. If you're going to go for an objective, it has to be top, and it was pinged earlier. But no one seems to, like... This Urgot's going to die, I think, for going for that inhib. No one's linking up with him at all. What? Okay, there's so much crap going on here. I'm just going to focus on you, because otherwise I'm just going to get tilted. Okay, so you're protecting TF from potential Rengar, but you're tunnel visioning that on so much, like... He's not getting any help at all. You can't be part of this fight anymore. You can't be part of this fight anymore. So yeah, I don't... You guys lose this? Okay. Okay. Sorry, this is... I don't know why this is frustrating me so much. Okay. There was like 15 different things going wrong in this fight, and I think 4 of them are from you. Okay, let's start at the very beginning. This is just like mental reset. Let's just take this back, okay? Okay, macro-wise, this whole situation should have never arose anyway in the first place. There's absolutely no reason for 3 of you to be going into by yourselves here in down mid, okay? When the inhib's already been done. I know it's respawning here, but it's like Urgot's gone up to here, and then you guys are stuck down here, right? Is this inhib even respawned? That's bugged. This inhib's bugged.
Jedi_@in just resubbed for 3 months. Finally able to switch my sub to tier 3. Love the content and vibes as always, Bizzle. Much love.
Okay, Jedi, thank you very much for the tier 3 sub. Thank you. Okay, right. Let's start again. Again. This inhib isn't respawning soon. This is a replay bug. I don't know when this inhib's now going to be respawning. This inhib is meant to be down, okay? Imagine this inhib's down because it is down, okay? This is a visual bug, okay? There is no reason for 3 people by themselves to be pushing into mid. There was no communication in pings to indicate to them that they should be backing off, which means that you are agreeing with what is going on here, okay? There is no reason for this play whatsoever. Pings were made onto top inhib, but the only person who went into top lane inhib, here are the other pings, is the Urgot. I'm assuming they're his pings. Oh, no, wait, they're your pings. The pings to the inhib were the Maokai pings. Okay, I think, like... Yeah, so I thought it would be the Urgot, to be honest. But no, you ward up here, I guess, and you're like nudging up into this area to move up to this inhib, but no one's going into it. You've now got Nunu here. TF is now kind of wandering off and lost. I think at this point you just have to ping people back. They've already fucked up at this point, right? They didn't rotate up to the top inhib. This wave's already cleared. Just get them out. Just get your team out of here now, because they've already messed up by not going for the top inhib. And anyway, going for the top inhib anyway is a super risky play anyway, because you didn't have Nefari here, and Olaf's about to respawn, so you're going to be like 4v5 here for about 10 seconds in the center of their base. This is like the most difficult way to end a game, is just like fighting the 5v5 in their base. So you just get your team out and just get out. Like, make sure that everyone's positioned better than this, because this is terrible positioning. There's no back pings or anything from anyone here. So you're worried about this Rengar, but the problem is no one's protecting the TF. The whole time you're peeling off the Rengar, but Cat was on your TF, and you didn't really get anything done there until it was like way too late, until people were already dead. I think honestly, if you're that... Yeah, so I think the issue here is what you need to do is if the fight has already started up here, you honestly just whack your ulti up. Just throw it up, and you can already see here at this point, I think it's just your screen's probably just tunnel visioning on where like the Rengar could be. But the Cat's already engaged. The threat has already happened. Like, peeling off the Rengar is like kind of mute at this point, because your AD carry has already been engaged on anyway. I think your ulti needs to be used more urgently straight away once the fight breaks out. I think you held onto it way too long here. It's kind of weird, because it's like literally the first time that I've seen you hold your ulti. And also, it's not a very good ulti either. I think, once again, you're worried about the Rengar, but like the fight, as I said, is already kind of broken off and should have been just launched straight away up. And then you can then try and look at cutting off the Rengar with your own body positioning. And I think that's just the targeting here is just off again. Like, I know Cat is like kind of on your face, but the next bunch of AD carries dead, or like, you know, both your AD carry and then the Nefari are doing well. They both need peeling here. I see what happens there. Okay, that was just unlucky. I thought you were chasing after the Cat when she was already over here, but she had E'd over. Okay. So you were trying to peel for the Nefari. Okay, it's fine. Like, here at this point as well, it's like really dodgy. Like, you've got barely any HP, you're not going to be able to engage in. The only thing you can literally do is just throw it over ease. Once again, you kind of came out of that situation okay. You killed 3, but you got Nefari on like 1%. You're on about 15%. The only person that's got enough HP is Urgot. Yeah, I think here at this point you just get inhib and go back. Because Siv's just going to come back out in full HPs in this soon. Here, for sure, 100% you should have identified that you need to reset. Okay. Oh my god, we're throwing down a TP now. We're trying to TP bait. It's just... we don't need to do this. Everyone on your team is just so, like, hot. So hard. Like, so... like... there's all go, and, like, no care. It's really strange. Such a bloody game. That stun duration is disgusting, though. How on earth do you guys lose this game, though, right? You guys lose this, right? Okay, you're playing with your AD carrier like that, but you just lost a lot of people on your team. You need to be very, very careful. The pathing here is like from earlier when you came across here. You gotta stop playing across like this. Like playing up and down here is so risky because you're stuck, right? There's this massive wall here. It's like literally the worst place to path up and down in the game. Like these areas here in the enemy base. Much better just to go out and then around, because then at least you have a wall between you and the enemy. Yeah, I think that's more on the TF though this time. He's dead, and then you're dead, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's just complete arrogance from your entire team. But these deaths are so, like, unnecessary. Okay, what's going on here? Why the hell is Nunu on Baron? What is this game now, man? Like, literally, the blue team just decided not to win. This is so stupid. Are you kind of leading them to Baron? I mean, okay, right, there's a lot of just crap going on here, right? Okay, your whole team's lost it. So Nunu, what's the first thing that happens here? Nunu is on Baron, right? No one, he doesn't ping it for some reason, like, oh, by the way, team, I'm doing Baron. But honestly, someone else should have realized this was happening and then moved up to it, right? How is A, Nunu not pinging this? And then B, how is no one else on the team pinging this, right? Everyone's so fixated on protecting a dragon, which, okay, to be fair, is a dragon soul, but there are many cases where you can just give up, like, use the dragon as bait in order just to get a Baron for free, right? And then just use that to end. I don't understand how there's like zero communication in this team. It's like, okay, well, they have to do dragon to stop you from getting dragon soul, but you just go Baron, right? You don't have to fight them, you don't have to have any team fight, it's just a free take. And like during that point, you could have saplings, like a sapling in this brush and then a sapling in this brush, just to kind of slow them down a little bit from getting into the Baron to make it even more free, right? But for some reason, everyone decides to try and defend the dragon. I don't know why. One of the biggest things I'm seeing here is just like a real lack of pings. Like there's no pings happening at all. Like I don't understand. Is this like an NA thing? Like on EU, they'll be like ping, 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 ping all the time, man. I think your ulti's too late. I think you need to identify quicker that that fight is over and you just try and run away from it if possible. But like, I think that's a whole team effort of fuckerage, really, rather than like any one particular person. I mean, Nuni's probably the biggest one to blame there. He should have like told his team to just come to Baron. Like, once again, there's like no reason for anyone to be up here like this by themselves. Oh my god, dude. I mean, you did what you could do there, but yeah, that's now GG, right? Okay, they weren't able to end. Now we're playing ARAM. It's this game, dude. Is this what it's like playing on NA? Holy crap. Fight. Alright, your ult, okay, your ult here is better. This is probably your best ult yet, okay? This is promising. So ulti goes on to Rengar. Rengar's already dead. You got two other key threats here, and that's the Sivir and the Cat. Cat needs to be interrupted as quickly as possible by you. And your Q is on cooldown. When did you use Q? Okay, ult here is fantastic. Really good ulti. Twisted advance there is fine. Where's your Q? Ah, you weren't close enough to the Cat to interrupt her. Luckily, Urgot got the interrupt off though, but yeah, you need to be careful about that. Honestly, Cat's just getting a lot of work done here. And then no one can go onto the Sivir. Yeah, it's just too late at this point. Oh my god, dude. I mean, they can just end. Him doing this makes no difference, right? No, that's GG. Okay, this was a really... This is probably one of my most frustrating coaching sessions to look at, because this is like one of the higher ELO ones I do. I don't usually do Diamond Plus, right? Because I feel like usually I can't give that as much as advice and time as compared to, like, you know, Silver or Gold or something. But there was just so much like wrong in this game that's actually upset me. Okay, let's dial it back in. I think you don't know when to stop. Okay, on Maokai, I think you just don't know when to stop. You just go. I'm gonna say this as well because, like, when even in a normal game that we did recently, I played with this Maokai. He was playing Blitzcrank recently, and yesterday or the day before. He didn't know when to stop. And this is like showing in this actual ranked gameplay now. There is no stop button on this guy, right? He just goes. I think here you pull the trigger, like very early on, you just pull the trigger here. I think you need to read the body language a little bit more of the enemy players to kind of you can tell pretty quickly if someone's coming down or not. Then you can use your flash to make an instant jump play like that. I think you're just a little bit too quick to pull the trigger there. Luckily you do get, you know, the couple flashes and you do get the kill on the last hit there. It's kind of lucky that you do. But I think just a little bit too eager on that one. But the real big mistake was, I mean, it's happened throughout the entire game, but this feels like the real first indicator of over-forcing fights. This roam was once said before, like, there was no reason to front roam. Enemy laners was stuck at their turrets anyway. It's weird that you get to save this Nefari one time randomly, but like that really shouldn't have been a factor into the decision making of predicting that Nefari was going to go down to 1 HP. Because all that did was just put you back on XP a little bit. It was the second grub one, wasn't it? It was the second grubs that was like the real problem. Also, when you're in lane, hide. Don't show yourself if you can, just to make the enemy team guess whether or not you're roaming or not. To make it so obvious that you're still in lane. This was just unlucky, I think, this fight here. That fight there was like whatever. Shit happens. Going back into lane. Cute attempt here, but once again, just a little bit too deep. Especially with the TF not following. Just speeding through it now, just to kind of remember some points here, because it was just... This was a good play. I think I like this play a lot. You were behind in resources, and you managed to find a sneaky play. This could have ended badly. Totally could have ended badly. If they put a ward in this brush when they were here, you could have had to use like a flash to maybe get away. But it ended up being like a really cute play. I think it's just like, this is probably the best thing you did all game. And you left the kill as well, which is really nice to see. I think, like, after this dragon, I hope you reset, right? Oh, you didn't reset because you went for 6. This was, okay, this was another indicator of you going, this was the start of you going crazy. Of unnecessary plays, 101. Like, this should have been just about you pushing in the wave, getting level 6, and then resetting on the map, making a play for grubs, maybe getting some extra vision on the map. This was just, like, completely unnecessary. Civ blocks your engage. It's like, okay, whatever. But then it's like, you carry on for this though. But the problem is, like, you didn't know this, but Nami didn't come back into lane. And you don't know if Rengar was coming down bot side or not. The likelihood of it was low, but you had, like, no intel on this side of the map. Like, even if Nami was coming back into lane, Nami would have been, like, here if she was coming back into lane. And then this would have been super bad still as well, right? I think it's crazy that you're diving this with absolutely no vision and you haven't seen enemy support for like 30 seconds. Like, it's not like she's walked over a ward either, right? I think that's crazy to do that. Alright, now you're resetting, but then you're like late. Because of that, also you were late to grubs. Like, you should have been around about where this Nunu was to pay for grubs anyway. So you could have been roughly around in this area to fight for grubs. I think you would have lost the fight though, because there's 4 of them. But the fact that you lost your jungler, like this is all on you now at this point, because you lost your jungler and you're forcing grubs for no reason whatsoever instead of just playing for more plates. Just take stuff that you can guarantee to take. There's no reason to fight this. There's no way you win this fight. There's no way you get grubs. That's gone. You've got no jungler. I don't know why you go in here by yourself and just declare that this is yours. If I'm going to be completely blunt, if you were in high ELO, this would have been the sole moment you just lost the game for your team. Because the Civ is just free farming bot side. Like, I'm surprised that this wasn't the moment in the game where it's just like, oh, okay, now it's over 20 minutes, right? When I saw this happen, I thought, okay, well, your team's now completely, like, lost it, right? 20 minutes in. There's no way you can make a recoup from that. Because that was such a big, devastating mistake for your team. But the fact that you guys managed to come back into it with these random picks and stuff. Yeah. How did Rengar cancel Urgotti? I think he's got the suppression cancel, hasn't he? That was another really random moment in the game too. Just all these random individual picks ended up happening one by one. It just went into your favor, but you need to learn to turn it down a notch, I think. I'm trying to think if there's anything else really to add. I get why you shoved that in, but like you need to. Okay, yeah. So the main thing comes to it. You need to evaluate situations rather than and learn to concede areas. You don't have to fight for everything on the map all the time. That's what I'm seeing here, is that you're having to fight for everything all the time, regardless of how many people you have with you, how many people on the enemy team are there. Like, you need to give respect at some points in the game. You can't just keep doing this every single game and just like running in gun-ho into every situation. Before you move from Fountain, just have a quick glance of enemy lane positions and even like their health. Like, if they're near full HP and they're under their own turret, you're not going to make a dive play possible. You can set up deep vision around those areas, but don't waste too much time in terms of like being in those areas, because the likelihood of anything happening there is going to be like really low. Thirdly, just trying to think of anything else here really. Like your overall engaging stuff when you are going in is fine. I think your ultis this game, the only really good ulti I feel like you had was the one, there's maybe like two. This one here is probably the best one, where you actually got a good diagonal across. The one to kind of try and stop this cat was good. The ulti was good to try like stopping the cat from being able to follow up on a play. The flashing and stuff after that was crazy, but the ulti was fine. I think the ultis, apart from those two, the other ultis were below what you would want them to be. So just have a think about that too. But yeah, I think a lot of this game, honestly, the mayhem of this game, I think is not solely on you. I think TF, Nefari in particular were playing like, the Nefari especially was playing like super aggro, right? But you were too. And I think you were causing some of the fights to happen when they shouldn't have been happening. Particularly the Grubs one. That should have been the GG in my opinion, but you do need to be a lot more careful. And I think you need to ping and communicate with your team more. Like you did ping the inhib situation up here later on into the game. Like saying like, hey, look, we need to go to the inhib. But if they're not doing that, you need to tell them to get out as well. Like if they're not like playing for the inhib, you need to tell people to go back. I think it was just a very careless, over-aggressive way to try and end the game. When you could have just played it out for another few more minutes, played for a Dragon Soul, you were on 3 dragons, you could have played for the Baron, and then just end the game for free from that. I think just randomly shoving your heads into the wall just to try and break it down as quickly down as possible. Some games it might work, this game obviously it didn't work, and it won't work if you keep doing that. As you keep progressing in high elo, you're going to need to take a step back a little bit, slow down the game just temporarily, just for one of the objectives to come up, just to make sure you guaranteed the ending. Because all you're doing here is you're just feeding the enemy team kills, they're getting to farm off super creeps, and then you just gave them a window. Honestly, it was well, you as in your whole team gave them a window just to come back into the game, like with the Urgot dying under turret and giving away 1,000 gold to Sivir, I think it was. Just like stupid stuff like that were just happening constantly. I mean, at the start, mid game, the enemy team were doing that, and then late game, you guys ended up doing that, so you lost the game. So yeah, that was a difficult game for me to watch. I think this has been my experience when playing on NA though. This brought back PTSD of when I played on NA last year, I think it was. And it was just literally, I just remember the meme was just like fight. Everyone just fights all the time. Everyone wants to fight for democracy all the time, right? It's just crazy. There's like no respect for enemy territory or anything. It's just see enemy go. It's really weird. Yeah, on EU I'd say there's a little bit more respect and territory and a little bit more, I want to say, strategy, but yeah, everyone's just so eager to fight. It's just really weird. It's crazy. Anyway, GG, hope you enjoyed that. And sorry for the flaming.